On everybody. Been a couple days since I've been on stream, but I for sure wanted to do a stream today. I was perusing the internet as kids my age do, and I noticed something of interest. Now, I'm not saying this is going to change everything forever, but knowing that something like this is on the table, I definitely, for sure, changes my perspective on this. So, in case you don't know, Pro Play Tour, they do like money tournaments, from what I understand. And the new ban list came out like 3 days ago, which took Unicorn off the ban list, put Multi-Faker to 3, and one other card that I just wasn't familiar with. And people are pretty upset about that because, people are playing online, and which means Block Dragon is still unbanned. I think Link Ross is still available. It also means needle fiber isn't limited in any sort of way. People are pretty upset about that. So, Pro Play Tour Line is still holding tournaments, online tournaments. And I just saw that they made their own ban list for their upcoming tournaments. And I'm gonna watch this video with you guys together and make my commentary. I'll hold my thoughts overall until the end, but we'll go with it and watch it together.
It's Cimoooooooo. We have a very special announcement. So yesterday, at the time of recording this video, Konami released their brand new Forbidden End list with only a few changes that we didn't exactly feel.
Which makes sense because we're not playing physical card games over here. Which I think maybe in Japan they already are again, but here we're not. So the idea is technically, even though they haven't seen paper games being played, they can't make a ban list off of that. But they're essentially ignoring the idea that people are playing online, which I don't take with that information for what you will.
Community when it comes to playing this game, so there really is no loss to anyone by making these changes. Also, keep in mind this isn't going to be a permanent change. This is going to be a temporary adjustment to the game, so that way the players can have a better experience.
Which is understood. This is temporary. Basically, they're saying when we go back to the paper game, following suit with Konami's ban list.
Until we do eventually return to paper Yu-Gi-Oh, to we actually being able to go and playing at locals.
It's pretty cool to see online tournaments go down, and I wonder if it'll continue because it obviously saves players a lot of money, which I think the entry for these online tournaments has been $20, which is more than I think it usually is.
The feedback given from them, we formed a consensus on the shortest possible list as to disturb the least amount of deck building, and I think what we've come up with is
which doesn't really matter ultimately because it's all online. I don't know what it means to disrupt somebody. I guess your strategy changes, but it's pretty weak.
If these are changes that will be made to future ban lists, and I'll be curious to see if that does end up happening. But without further ado, we're not going to keep you guys in suspense any longer.
There's so much interesting here. I won't talk all the way through it, but will Konami use this? But they have to. There's no way they're not paying attention. It's their company and their cards. Will Konami look at this ban list and see if they like the format or not and use that? Will we see a trend like that in the future where there's I don't know. Let's go through the ban list first. It's got to go. It should have never existed. So silly.
As a result, we have about 2 years of data of how this card can drastically warp.
That's true. It's been forever.
It has been integral both to Adamancipator combos and to, increasingly, Eldritch
anybody.
Every variant of Synchron Eldritch starts with a Jet Synchron or similar start.
Jet Synchron should be banned too. Hopefully they did that.
Really, all of those cards kind of just coalesce around Crystron Halki Fibrax, right? This is.
I don't think anyone knows how to say the word. It's funny for some reason. I don't know why.
Without having to ban 4 or 5 cards just because Halki Fibrax exists. We've seen this in the past with other cards that have been banned before, where they tried to ban cards around them and it really didn't affect the game, and ultimately the card had to be banned for the degeneracy to be put to rest. So that is our logic on Crystron Halki Fibrax. That is going to be banned. This should come as no surprise to anyone.
Yeah, like I thought.
Block Dragon and Adamancipator is just an absolute beast of a card.
It's just like a +4 or something.
further.
Yeah, so I think what a lot of people expected coming out of the most recent ban list was a Block Dragon limit, not because that was the correct hit, but because that was the one...
Eliminating it doesn't do anything. I don't think anyone ever has 2 block dragons on the field.
The availability of this card in Adamancipator is unparalleled. You have the ability to go into Union Carrier and equip it to...
I hate that card too. We need to get rid of Bamboo Sword or whatever it's called. It's not Bamboo Sword, but something sword that prevents you from just, like, summoning from the extra deck.
To further push for very powerful Link bosses. Make no mistake, Adamancipator would have been the best deck if Halqifibrax was banned and Block Dragon was not. It is very capable of doing very similar...
Yeah, that's true. You have to think of the repercussions as well.
Of the players that we spoke with who felt that Adamancipator, to repeat what Joseph said, is still going to be playable to a degree.
I wonder how many people were like, no, please don't. Although I guess professional players, quote unquote, I don't even know if such a thing exists, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind because they hate playing against it. Even if they did use it, it's not a big deal to them because they're playing online.
Impact for encouraging people to want to play the game. And that last card that we touched is actually a limitation on Elixir of the Scarlet Sanguine. This was a very interesting one. This one had a lot of debate within our community.
Okay.
And Joseph's going to go ahead and elaborate on how those discussions played out.
Yeah, so we weren't going to get away without an Eldritch hit.
Oh, you have to. Nothing crazy.
Using Jet Synchron to enable extremely powerful synchro combos, multiple draws, end bosses like True King of All Calamities. That's, of course, very startling. But it's important to recognize that that's not the only variant of Eldritch that's been popping.
No, they are able to do so many crazy things. Some stuff I don't even understand because I've been away from the game for so long.
And even hard control versions of the deck with triple extravagance. The deck is a very
it's ridiculous
control strategy, which is something that not a lot of other decks can boast.
It's kind of crazy. Like the height of, I guess the height of Ultrageist maybe. The height of Guru was topping for a while, so I guess I don't know. This does feel different though. I don't think at any point either of those decks were as high of a tier as Eldritch is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is a card that a lot of the committee decided that if we do hit
there's a bunch of Ultrageist cards coming out, so I think I mentioned that before, but yeah, they're trying to get it back to its full height before they ban everything again. Okay, it looks like they're done talking for the most part. Now, this is the greater discussion that I want to get into. So, like we've established, Pro Play Tours does not belong to Konami. It's not a Konami sanctioned event. They just use, the name and they set up the tournaments for money. These are money tournaments, keep in mind, especially when paper comes back. They made their own ban list. Now, as much as they say it's only because of the circumstances, what's to stop them from doing this again in the future? Now that it's on the table, what if Konami makes another ban list that people aren't happy about? Like that huge ban list where they basically got rid of Pendulums and Sky Strikers and all that stuff. I mean, there was an outcry for that because of how recently in the Megatins that had come out for Colossus and stuff like that. Will you, there's no limit to this now anymore. Basically, what if they were just like, okay, here's a GOAT format tournament? Like, we don't see those kinds of things. All these tournaments are always official ban list, and now that it's not like that, will it stay like this forever? Will people deviate and have different formats to go to, which would be confusing without a doubt, but it would be interesting. I would certainly watch a different formatted Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. Maybe that would be attractive to players. Is it good for the game? I don't know. But knowing now that this is something that companies like this are thinking of doing, I don't think this is the last time we're going to see a custom ban list anymore. And I would be very curious to know what you guys think about that, because this could be a turning point for the game. And which are we going to see different games being played? Will there be tag tournaments now? I mean, you have to do some interesting things because things are online now, but I don't know. I'm curious to know what you guys think about the implications, and if you think this really will be the end of it, or if we're going to start seeing some changes in the competitive Yu-Gi-Oh scene and having people have different things going on. I do. I personally do. To what extent, I don't know. I'm not going to say it's going to go all the way, because otherwise at that point you might as well just make your own card game. But in any case, it'd be interesting to see how it works out. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll be streaming later. I just wanted to get this out of the way, just in case anyone had questions. Other than that, guys, I'll see you in just a second.